Welcome to Chalkboards to Cash Flow, the podcast for educators and everyday professionals who want to build wealth through real estate without quitting their day job. I'm your host, Michelle, a full-time teacher who started investing in real estate to create more freedom, more security, and a better future for my family. If you've ever felt like your paycheck isn't enough or wondered if someone like you could really invest in property, this show is for you. Each week, we break down real stories, practical tips, and strategies to help you take that first step, even if you're starting small. Let's build something better together. Episode 11, The Teacher's Aide of Investing in Post Offices. Yes, really. A surprising strategy for building wealth on a school salary.
Not quite. Okay.
Okay, most people think of rental houses or maybe an Airbnb when they hear real estate investing. But what if I told you one teacher's aide is investing in post offices? Yes, the actual buildings leased by the U.S. Postal Service. Today's episode is going to blow your mind in the best way, especially if you think you need a lot of time or energy to be a real estate investor. Let's meet today's guest and learn how she's building wealth in the most unexpected way.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Today, I'm joined by Lisa,
Yep.
a full-time teacher's aide and now proud owner of multiple post offices.
Yes. Okay. Hello.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I've been in special education now for 14 years, working with you. It's been great.
Mm-hmm.
So the reason we got involved in post office investing is really I married into it. So my husband's family was involved. And so then I started going to these postal office owners conventions that are held annually throughout the U.S. and just have learned more about it. But I, probably like most people, had no idea that post offices can be independently owned by your average citizen. So only over half of them are owned by the public. Yep.
I had no idea either. What kind of a property is it? Where are they located and how do you find them?
Well, there are multiple post offices, and they're actually throughout the U.S. in small rural communities. So every community has to have a post office. So you want to find a community that has a growing population. That's important. And the way this whole thing got started is my in-laws had a neighbor that owned a post office, and she explained how she came about, how she purchased it, and that was the first time they had heard about it. And then John's uncle, my husband's uncle, invested in one, and then it just kind of exploded from there. So now they own multiple.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
And do you have some sort of a lease agreement with the U.S. Postal Service?
We do. They're triple net leases.
Okay.
So the tenant is the government, and they pay everything, including the property taxes. And it's a guarantee that's usually a 5-year term.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
And you just keep renewing it?
Yep. Keep renewing it.
Wow. What is the monthly income like on something like this?
You know, it varies, but it's a 6% cap rate.
Okay. Good.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it varies depending on. It does. But it is a guaranteed kind of income. That is nice.
You don't have to worry about the government paying because they're always going to pay.
That's true.
That's a nice feeling.
And how much do these cost? I suppose it varies depending on where they are.
It does. It does. It very much depends on what area, what region you're talking about. So it's hard to put a number on it, but a lot in the Midwest. You could
probably get for a really good price.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Why do you think you chose this route instead of something like a rental property or something like that?
My in-laws do own a commercial real estate as well. They own some chains, Dollar Generals and certain in that niche, but they have kind of latched on to this post office because nowadays, so this was years ago, and they've accumulated quite a few. But now there's the Real Estate Investment Trust, which are these corporations that gather together, and they have been investing in post offices. So it's really kind of eliminated that ability to compete because they have a lot more.
Oh, they're buying a lot of them up.
Yes, they are. So that's become problematic as far as nowadays.
Okay. How many do you have right now?
There's approximately 25.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
That is awesome.
Mm-hmm. So it's passive income is huge. That's that.
Yeah, because you really don't have to do anything.
Correct.
That's great. And you don't have to maintain them? What are the maintenance costs?
Yeah, no, you do. That's a negotiable thing. You
Okay.
negotiate it. And my brother-in-law loves to negotiate, so he negotiates that with the
That's great.
with the individual post offices. Yes.
I imagine people listening are thinking, that's cool, but I could never do something like that. Do you have any fears or limiting beliefs before making your first purchase? I guess not, because you kind of married into it.
I did. But I did, I talked to my husband about it, and he said the only real fear is that the post office would relocate, and then it would be hard to replace that tenant with something comparable.
Yeah.
Because it's just so hard to find, the government leasing from you. So the idea is you just want to start small. You don't try to go for the home run right away. You just start small and just accumulate when you can and just, be patient with the process. Real estate always appreciates.
That is true.
And it's a great way to just diversify your portfolio.
Yeah, it
if
really
you can
is.
Get a hold of one, yeah.
What advice would you give to other educators looking to invest?
Just really to be on the lookout and again, just start small. Don't expect it to, immediately start generating all this income. Just start small and accumulate and just try to diversify as much as you can.
Okay. And real estate is an asset that always appreciates.
Always.
Over a 10-year
You can't go wrong.
All right. Well, thank you. I'm glad you found this, and I'm glad we sat down. We've been working together for years, but It's nice to finally. And I remember when you first told me, I was really surprised by the
people
post
are.
offices.
They always are. They're like, wait a minute, wait, they're individual. What? People can own them?
I had no idea.
Nor did I until I started dating my husband. But yes, in fact, it's true. And they, like I said, they have these conventions every year, and you meet people throughout the U.S. And
how do you find them? I remember you saying there was like a website or somewhere that you look for post offices for sale.
Well, once you purchase one, then your name is kind of out there, and then these conventions, they get your name, and then in the community, in that niche community, they have your information, and then you find out more and more when they'll look for ones, they'll post them, and then they'll look for ones if you're looking to sell. So.
Okay, so probably just on commercial property websites. Very cool. Well, thank you so much. Any final words that you'd like to share?
No, I just think that you just need to go for it. I mean, don't hold back. And like I said, real estate is always a good investment. So just go for it. And
thank you.
Thanks for interviewing me.
You're welcome. If this episode inspired you to think outside the box, leave us a review and share with a friend. And don't forget to join our free Facebook group, Chalkboards to Cashflow Community. We're building real estate together, one deal at a time. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks for listening to Chalkboards to Cashflow, where we turn real estate dreams into real-life wins for teachers and everyday investors. If this episode helped you feel a little more confident or inspired, make sure to follow, leave a review, and share with a friend. And don't forget to join our free Facebook group, Chalkboards to Cashflow, where we support each other every step of the way. Until next time, keep learning and keep growing. And remember, you don't need to be rich to start. You just need to start.